Welcome back, everyone, to the channel where we dive deep into the absolute latest and greatest developments rocking the tech world. Today, we have some monumental news that is bound to send shockwaves through the entire tablet industry and delight compact device enthusiasts everywhere. A brand new iPad mini featuring a stunning OLED display is finally, officially on its way, marking one of the most highly anticipated upgrades in the history of Apple's portable lineup. This is a massive shift that a vast majority of you guys have been actively wishing for, commenting about, and demanding for what feels like an eternity. The sheer volume of rumors, supply chain leaks, and industry insider reports floating around right now points to a massive overhaul for Apple's smallest tablet, and I want to take the time today to break down every single detail, specification, timeline, and hidden feature that we know about so far. But before we peer directly into the bright, vibrant future of this upcoming pocket-sized powerhouse, let us take a quick step back and look at exactly where we stand right now with the current generation iPad mini to understand why this update is such a revolutionary leap forward. It was almost about 18 months ago now that we received the last major update to the iPad mini lineup. When that model dropped, it admittedly raised a few eyebrows because it chose to retain the exact same external design language and chassis footprint as the model that came before it. However, the most significant and consequential upgrade it received was buried deep beneath the glass, where Apple decided to implement the powerful A17 Pro chip. This internal silicon upgrade was a massive deal at the time because it granted the compact tablet the hardware architecture required to fully support and execute Apple Intelligence features. Seeing that level of computational power brought to the smallest form factor was incredibly exciting for power users who wanted a highly capable, intelligent digital notebook that could fit right into a jacket pocket or a small bag. Furthermore, Apple made sure this iteration was fully compatible with their latest Apple Pencil, which added incredible precision, haptic feedback, and clever barrel roll gestures to the writing and drawing experience. Having all of these cutting-edge productivity tools packed into such a small, lightweight chassis was absolutely awesome to witness, and there is no denying that the current iPad mini remains an amazing piece of hardware for everyday tasks, mobile gaming, and on-the-go media consumption. Yet, as much as I praise its portability and its processing capabilities, there are still a few glaring, frustrating limitations that hold it back from true greatness. The absolute biggest bottleneck, and the one thing that consistently lets the current user experience down, is the display technology. In an era where even budget smartphones boast high refresh rate screens, the current iPad mini is still saddled with a standard, run-of-the-mill LED panel. To make matters worse, Apple chose not to include their signature ProMotion technology on this model, leaving users stuck with a traditional 60Hz refresh rate. This omission feels incredibly jarring and mismatched when you remember that there is a literal Pro-tier processor running the show underneath the hood, capable of rendering high frame rate animations that the screen simply cannot display. Fortunately, it looks like the tide is completely turning, and Apple is preparing to correct these historical wrongs with the next generation iPad mini that I am so excited to detail for you today. The single most consequential, game-changing modification heading our way is the long-awaited transition to a premium OLED display. According to highly credible display pipeline reports, Apple is not just slapping a basic, standard OLED panel onto this device. Instead, we are being told that it is highly likely to feature a cutting-edge tandem OLED architecture. This is highly sophisticated screen engineering that works in a remarkably similar way to the dual-stack tandem OLED displays found inside the critically acclaimed iPad Pro models. If you have not had the opportunity to see one of these tandem OLED screens in person yet, I highly encourage you to walk into a retail store and check out the M4 or M5 iPad Pro models because they look absolutely stunning, offering an unprecedented level of visual depth, vibrance, and precision. Bringing this exact caliber of display engineering down to the compact form factor of the iPad mini line is going to completely redefine what people expect from a small-screen tablet. One of the immediate, tangible benefits of this tandem layout is that the screen is going to be significantly brighter than anything we have ever seen on a mini tablet before, allowing for effortless outdoor visibility and incredibly punchy high dynamic range content execution. But the good news does not just stop at pure peak brightness and infinite contrast ratios. The implementation of this advanced tandem OLED panel means that Apple is almost certainly going to bundle ProMotion technology into the mix as well. This translates to a fully dynamic, variable refresh rate that can soar up to a buttery smooth 120 Hz when you are scrolling through web pages, sketching out ideas, or playing fast-paced games, and dynamically scale all the way down to a mere 1 Hz when displaying static images or text to drastically preserve battery life. When this device finally hits retail shelves, the combination of perfect black levels, soaring brightness, and adaptive high refresh responsiveness will easily make it one of the absolute best, if not the single best, small form factor tablets available anywhere in the world. It is a massive win for mobile gamers, digital artists, and media buffs who have felt neglected by the industry's shift toward massive screens. But the engineering team at Apple is not just focusing all of their energy on upgrading the front glass. We are also hearing incredibly fascinating details about what is going to be powering this hardware from the inside. The rumor mill indicates that the central processing unit is getting a substantial generational bump, but instead of taking a modest step up to an A18 Pro or even a next-generation A19 Pro, there are strong murmurs that Apple might push the envelope all the way to an unannounced A20 Pro system on a chip. This bleeding-edge A20 Pro silicon is the exact same powerhouse component that is currently on track to anchor the upcoming flagship iPhone 18 Pro models, as well as the heavily rumored, ultra-premium foldable iPhone Ultra that is steadily making its way through development pipelines. Having that level of hyper-efficient architecture inside a compact tablet is going to unlock staggering levels of graphical fidelity and artificial intelligence processing speeds. Now, I know some tech enthusiasts out there might wonder why Apple does not simply drop one of their highly praised M-series Mac chips inside the iPad mini to turn it into a miniature desktop replacement. The reality boils down to fundamental physics and thermal dynamics. An M-series processor demands a level of power dissipation and battery capacity that a chassis this thin and compact simply cannot provide without draining the battery to zero in a matter of hours. Some people might argue that Apple could easily get around this limitation by simply disabling a few high-performance cores or throttling the overall clock speed of an M-series chip to keep thermals under control. However, if you actually stop to analyze that scenario, down-coring and throttling a Mac-tier chip effectively turns it into the exact architectural equivalent of an A-series Pro mobile chip anyway, since they share a deeply intertwined silicon lineage. There is ultimately no logical or engineering point in forcing an M-series badge onto the device when a highly optimized, top-tier A-series Pro processor delivers the exact same real-world performance target with vastly superior thermal efficiency. This is precisely why Apple is wisely sticking to their proven strategy of utilizing their absolute best smartphone-derived Pro silicon for the iPad mini, ensuring that it remains incredibly fast without turning the back of the tablet into a literal stovetop. Shifting gears for just a moment, guys, because I want to pause the tech breakdown to share some incredibly exciting channel news regarding two massive giveaways that we are currently running to give back to this amazing community. The very first giveaway is tied directly to the brand new, exclusive channel members area that we have just launched right here on YouTube. To celebrate the launch of this tight-knit community space, I am going to be giving away a flagship iPhone 17 Pro Max to one incredibly lucky channel member the exact moment our community hit the milestone of 1,500 total members. That is right, just 1,500 members, which means the statistical odds of winning a top-of-the-line smartphone are exceptionally high for anyone who decides to jump in and support the channel at this early stage. The second massive giveaway I have lined up for you all is open to the broader audience, and it features an incredible piece of productivity hardware right here. I am talking about a pristine, 15-inch MacBook Air configured with the blazing fast M4 chip, a spacious 512 GB of lightning-fast solid-state storage, and a whopping 24 GB of unified memory to handle heavy multitasking with absolute ease. I will be sending this beautiful machine out to one of you the moment this channel crosses the milestone of 850,000 subscribers. If you want to put your name in the running to win this MacBook Air, the entry rules are incredibly simple and straightforward. All you need to do is make sure you are officially subscribed to the channel, hit that share button to pass this video along to your tech-loving friends and family to help us reach that subscriber goal faster, and drop a comment down below telling me exactly what piece of technology gear you are most hoping to add to your personal setup during 2026. Your answer doesn't even have to be an Apple product. It could be a brand new iPhone, a sleek new Mac, or something completely outside of the Apple ecosystem altogether, like the highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2 or a powerhouse PlayStation 5 console. Whatever it is that you are dreaming of unboxing this year, just let me know down in the comments sections. As you can see from the math, while the MacBook Air is an absolute dream machine, your absolute best mathematical probability of walking away with a brand new piece of premium tech lies within that 1,500 member milestone giveaway for the iPhone 17 Pro maximum. Beyond the giveaway entries, joining the members area gives you immediate access to a treasure trove of exclusive perks, including behind-the-scenes vlogs, members-only deep dive videos, early looks at high-quality product renders, and sneak peeks at upcoming content before anyone else on the public internet gets to see it, making it well worth checking out. Before we jump right back into the remaining iPad mini leaks, I need to address a quick but incredibly vital public safety warning regarding the persistent presence of online scammers and spammers. Unfortunately, there are still a massive number of bad actors out there who continuously attempt to impersonate me in the comment sections of these videos, using my channel logo and creating lookalike usernames to trick you into thinking you have won a prize. These scammers will frequently reply to your comments urging you to contact them directly via WhatsApp, Telegram, or Instagram direct messages to claim a fake giveaway. Please, I implore every single one of you to completely ignore, block, and report these fraudulent accounts whenever you spot them, as I will never ask you to jump onto a third-party messaging app or pay a shipping fee to receive a legitimate giveaway prize. Now, let us return to the fascinating technical specifications of this upcoming OLED iPad mini, because there are still several critical questions that need to be answered regarding memory and artificial intelligence features. If Apple does indeed move forward with integrating an advanced A19 Pro or a cutting-edge A20 Pro system on a chip into this device, it is almost a mathematical certainty that the new tablet will also see its system memory upgraded to a generous 12 GB of RAM. This memory expansion is going to be absolutely vital for the future of the device, especially when you factor in the revolutionary new Siri AI architectures and advanced contextual language models that Apple just unveiled to the world at WWDC 2026. Running these massive, complex on-device generative AI models smoothly requires a substantial amount of volatile memory, and a 12 GB baseline ensures that the compact tablet will remain future-proofed for years of software updates. In addition to the massive leaps in processing power and system memory, supply chain whispers suggest that Apple is planning to deploy their custom-engineered wireless silicon inside this new model, potentially utilizing the C1X or the next-generation C2 wireless connectivity chips alongside their proprietary N1 cellular modem. Integrating these specialized, in-house communication chips into the iPad mini framework will yield massive dividends for the user experience, drastically optimizing network handshake efficiency, reducing latency, and significantly cutting down on power consumption when bouncing between Wi-Fi networks and cellular towers. This focus on wireless power optimization will play a critical role in offsetting the increased energy demands of the new display panel, ensuring that users still get full all-day battery performance out of a single charge. When it comes to the question of internal flash storage configurations, we are being told that Apple will likely abandon smaller tiers entirely, locking in a generous 256 GB as the absolute minimum baseline configuration for the entry-level model. From there, users who require massive local storage repositories for heavy video files, expansive photo libraries, or massive mobile gaming installations will be able to tier up to a mid-range 512 GB option, or go all out with a massive 1 TB storage configuration. Naturally, all of these groundbreaking hardware advancements, premium display layers, and expanded memory pools lead directly to the burning questions of the official retail release window and the final price tag. According to the absolute latest supply chain intelligence and component manufacturing schedules, this radical new OLED iPad mini is on track to make its official debut toward the very end of 2026, or potentially slip into the early months of 2027. Whichever way the final production logistics shake out, we are looking at an approximate launch window of about 6 to 8 months from this very moment, which means the wait for this dream compact tablet is finally entering its final stretch. However, when we talk about pricing, I have to be completely transparent with you guys and deliver a bit of realistic, sobering news regarding your wallets. Given the staggering manufacturing complexities and high material costs associated with building a custom, small-scale tandem OLED panel, I strongly suspect that we are going to see the base price of the iPad mini increase by at least $100. Currently, you can hop onto Apple's official website and pick up the baseline Wi-Fi model of the current generation for $499, and while you can often find it discounted even cheaper on third-party retailers like Amazon, Apple's official MSRP remains the fixed baseline. With the arrival of this tandem OLED display, enhanced RAM, and flagship silicon, that entry point will almost certainly climb up to $599. We witnessed this exact same pricing trajectory play out when Apple transitioned the iPad Pro lineup to OLED technology, where the inclusion of the premium display layers necessitated a noticeable bump in retail pricing across the board, and it is highly likely that history is going to repeat itself here with the compact model. Despite the projected price hike, the sheer amount of elite, uncompromising hardware being packed into this ultra-portable frame makes it one of the most compelling upcoming devices in years. That wraps up the absolute latest, breaking details surrounding the highly anticipated iPad mini OLED journey, and now I want to turn the conversation over to all of you watching at home. Are you incredibly excited to finally see a high refresh rate OLED screen grace the smallest iPad, and are you planning to pre-order one the moment it officially drops, or does the projected price increase make you hesitate? Let me know your exact thoughts, theories, and tech buying plans down in the comments below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this comprehensive breakdown. Make sure to follow my official Instagram and TikTok accounts for daily tech updates, and I will see you all really soon in the next video.